Hi, I'm Scott Krieger, the head PGA Professional at Broadmoor Golf Course. I know a lot of you like to work on your game, go to the driving range, hit balls, which is a great way to, build repetition and work on the things that you're trying to accomplish with your swing. But what you find with ball hitters at the driving range is it's great at the range because it's nice and flat. You always have the same lie. And then what you find is you go out on the golf course and all of a sudden you have a bunch of goofy lies. Balls above your feet, below your feet, uphill, downhill. Hitting balls is one thing, playing golf is another. So today I'm going to show you how to deal with some of these unusual lies that you're going to find on the golf course. Alright, the first lie we're going to talk about today is the lie with the ball above your feet. Now this shot, when you hit it with your normal swing, it's going to want to go to the left. Now, I'm not a physicist or anything like that, I'm a golf pro. But all I know is this ball is going to go to the left. I don't know why. Probably has something to do with the arc of your swing. But the way that we're going to combat this ball from going to the left is by holding it off. We're going to hold the club off. And I'm going to show you what we're going to talk about. Now, we got the ball up above our feet. Obviously, this is not your standard driving range type of lie. So the ball is closer to me. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to choke down on the golf club. Not down to the shaft, just down on the grip so we have a couple inches here. So that I don't feel like I'm so far away from the ball. If I take my normal grip all the way to the end, I'm a long way from the ball. So we're going to choke up a couple inches, get us a little closer, and what's going to happen with a normal swing, this ball is going to propel itself to the left, okay? And I'll show you what it looks like, something like this. Normal swing, and it's going too far to the left. It's a hard hook. So what I want to do is hit a straighter shot. So instead of releasing the club like I normally would, I'm going to hold that club face open, and I'm going to try to lag the shaft behind my hands. Somewhat similar to hitting it low, hitting a chip shot. So I'm going to try to hold this thing off. Okay, we got the grip down the shaft, or down the grip a little bit, shorten our grip, and hold it off. And you get a nice straight shot. Shannon, did that shot move? No. Went dead straight. Okay, same thing. Grip up on the club. Now you should feel like you're normal distance from the ball. And just hold it off so the club head does not turn over with the slope and hit a big hook. So that's how we deal with the shot above our feet. Alright, now we're looking at an uphill shot. Now the thing to remember about an uphill shot, number one, is it's uphill. So the one thing we don't want to do is kind of stand straight up and then have our club go into the hill. We want to line ourselves up so our body matches the hill. So we're going to be a little bit back. So, okay, so now my body is in perfect line with the hill. All right, that's the first thing. The second thing to realize is when you're standing like this and you're on a hill, obviously your weight's going to be on the bottom half of your body. It's going to be on your right foot if you're right-handed. So what that means is it makes it a little bit difficult to get onto your left side because you're going uphill. So you have to understand you're probably going to hang back on the right side. And when you do that, again, we'll release the club and it'll go out to the left. The other thing about it is hanging back off the uphill, we have a tremendous amount of loft on the club. So it's going to go straight up into the air, obviously. What we want to do is minimize how much it goes up into the air. So my suggestion would be, instead of hitting an 8-iron, go ahead, go back and get your 7-iron, something that goes a little bit lower and we're not going to swing quite as hard. So this is what it's going to look like. Okay, we're going uphill. Again, the tendency is going to be to hang back on the right and have that club follow through and pull it left. We want to fight that off. Very similar to the ball that's above your feet. we're just going to take out one more club. We're going to take our stance, again, trying to get your body to go with the hill, not against the hill, with the hill. And then we're just going to try to swing easy because we have an extra club, and hold it off so that we don't hook the ball. And it looks just like this. Okay, not a lot of foot movement. You can see how hard it is for me to follow through on my left side, which is what people are going to try to tell you to do. If you take a lesson, they always want you to get onto your left side, but it's hard to do. So again, angle your body with the heel, take an extra club, and we're just going to hold it off so we don't hit it too high and hook it. You get a nice controlled swing. Again, because you're hitting extra club, we're going to take a nice easy swing and keep our balance. All right, now we got the ball below our feet. Now remember when we had it above our feet, we were able just to choke up on the grip and get ourselves closer to the ball. Well, this is different. Now the ball is farther away. My ball's above the feet. And obviously I don't have an extension on the club, so I've got to find a way to stay down on the ball. Now, the characteristic of this shot is that it will slice to the right. It will have a tendency to go left to right. So there's two things that I have to do with this shot. Number one, I can't take my normal stance because I'm too high. So I've got to take a little wider stance and bend my knees. I've got to bend my knees to get down to the ball. The second thing is this is going to have a tendency to slice, so I need to square up the club face. Unlike the ball up here where I tried to hold it off, now I'm going to go ahead and try to square the club face through and release my hands and really release it. And it's almost like trying to hit a hook to combat the fade. And it should look something like this. Again, we're going to grip down to the end, but we're going to get down to the ball by bending our knees. Get down, squat, bend your knees, and most important, keep your head nice and steady. Go ahead and let that club release against the hill. Okay. And you can see on that swing, I fought a little bit when I followed through of keeping my balance against my left foot, because this is a pretty good side hill lie. So again, normal position on the grip, but we're going to get to the ball by crouching down, bending the knees, and then we're going to go ahead and square up that club face. If we hold it off, the club face is open, the heel wants to throw it to the right, everything will go to the right. So we're going to go ahead and release it like we would almost trying to hit a hook. That was perfect. That time I kept my balance and it was just right. Okay, one more time. Bend down. Ball wants to go to the right. I need to close the club face to combat that. Not bad. A little bit to the right. That's how you do it with the ball below your feet. Alright, I think this is the one that most people have problems with, is this particular lie where it's very downhill. Now remember, on the uphill lie, I tried to get you to line your body up with the hill. It's the same thing with this shot, okay? We don't want to try to fight the hill. Try to keep our weight back, try to lift the ball up, because we'll just swing right over the top of it, and we're not going to catch it solid. So again, we're going to line up our body with the hill, so we're leaning a little forward. Now, obviously, you're going to have a lot of weight on this left side. That's what's going to be holding you up. So what I want you to do is, number one, we're going to move that ball just back in the stance a little bit so we can catch it on the downswing. Again, if we go here, you can see what's going to happen. We're going to bounce it, top it, it's not going to be good. So we're going to move the ball a little bit back on our stance, choke up a little bit for control, because again, we're not going to be able, if we make our normal swing, we're going to be going clear down the hill. We don't want to do that. We want to be in control. So we're going to brace ourselves off this left, and we're just going to swing, maybe take a little extra club. We're just going to swing nice and short and nice and simple. Okay? Again, left side, body's with the hill. Just like that. Nice controlled swing. Not trying to do too much with it. Now obviously, the shot is going to go low. We're going downhill, we're moving it back in our stance, so on and so forth. So you just need to make sure that you keep your feet nice and quiet, body level with the hill, and then we're just going to try to hold it off under control. Okay, now if you do need to get it up into the air just a little bit, you can move it up in your stance a little, but the main thing is to keep this tilt. The loft of the club is going to throw it up in the air. This is not going to help it go up in the air. You've got to catch it on the center of the fence. So try to hit a little higher. It's a little bit higher, looks good. So that's pretty much how you hit that shot. Again, brace yourself on your left, level up your body with the ground, and move it back a little bit in your stance, and you'll catch it nice and clean. Am I losing my balance? Stupid little. Again, going out to the driving range, great way to work on your technique, getting your swing to be repetitive, but that's not playing golf.